and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead. Today we are down here by the orchard, guys, and the nectarine tree behind me here was loaded. When I said loaded, it was loaded with nectarine. And it doesn't fail at about 3 o'clock to around 6 o'clock. What happened? You see a storm coming in from the west.
Yeah.
And we have been getting rain here. This week wasn't too bad. We did have some time when we didn't have rain.
Only 2 days.
But it doesn't fail. As you all can see right now, it is raining again.
Yeah.
It's raining again. We got caught out here in the rain, and I said, you know what? We're just going to go ahead and still roll the video, guys. But basically, we lost all of our nectarine off of these trees right here. And you come on in, camera lady. Just want to kind of show you all what's going on here. Okay, this is what happened. And it has to come from the rain, plus with the humidity that is outside. They just went ahead and start catching that fungus, and they just shriveled on up on the tree just like that. And I guess what I could have came on in with some copper fungicide to kind of go ahead and, you know, treat these plants right here. But I don't know what is in this rain. Don't know what it is that they're raining down. But this year,
no nectarines from the
nectarine tree suffer from it. Now over here on our peach tree, as y'all can see, we have some peach that is still, you know, holding on. Now what I'm going to do, I am actually going to come on in and go ahead and treat these peaches also for bugs. And I'm also going to treat them for the fungus as well, so that way we don't end up losing them like the nectarine. But right over here, as you all can see, we do have some plums on these trees here, guys. But I'm going to tell you, look at this. This is what happened. When they get to the point when they are ready, as you all can see right here, it start to just deteriorate. And yes, that's a plum right there that we end up losing. But, you know, for the most part, we have eaten a few plums off of these trees.
A few?
Well, yeah, between my son and my wife and my daughter, you know, they come on down here and, and help themselves.
Us? Between us?
Us.
Okay.
Yes, we come on down here and help ourselves to some of these plums here.
Fresh fruit.
But look at that, guys. For the ones that we are able to go ahead and get off of these trees, they're really nice and delicious. If you leave them too long to let them go ahead and ripe on the tree, you end up running into the fungus and end up losing those plants right there. But
it's delicious.
yes, absolutely.
I'll take that.
Oh, okay, baby.
Thank you.
But also, we'll go ahead and we'll kind of swing on around on over here. We do have some things growing here inside of the orchard. Absolutely. You know, we love to put pumpkins down here in the orchard, guys. One of the things that we didn't plant this year in here is our three sister crop like we typically do. But we still came on in with the pumpkin. And stay tuned. We'll come back on in as these pumpkins starting to grow and start to take shape. We'll talk about what kind of pumpkins we actually went with this year. We didn't plant the Humble Servant Homestead favorite pumpkin this year, guys. We'll kind of switch it on up a little bit. Now, right in here, and I'm going to tell you, my sheep's got away down here inside of this area. But we do have some peppers that I planted down here, which is called the mutton pepper. Okay, sheeps came on in and bit the heads off of just about all of them, and so that is how it ends. Okay, but also we did get a few apples off of these trees this year, guys. Look at that. We have a real nice apple. Now I believe this is Granny Smith.
No, this is a Gala apple.
Gala, okay, good, yes. That is one of my wife's favorite. I should have remembered that. But yes, we do have some Gala apple in this area right here, guys. And this tree on over here, this one right here is definitely loaded with apples, okay? And as you all can see, they're doing relatively good. The sheep did came on in and pretty much clean
the bottom.
all the bottom. We did have some apples down there that we also lost as well, okay? But I do have to come on in and lay out some more wood chips in this area to keep the weeds down. The persimmon tree, we are going to get persimmon this year off one of those trees, so we are happy.
That was a
guys.
surprise for me.
Yes, she didn't know that it was persimmon on there, but I caged it on around so the sheep wouldn't able to get to it. But we have been growing persimmon since our old property.
Yeah.
We have been growing persimmon, and you know, the trees, they'll come up, they'll do good, and a limb break off of them, and guess what? Set that plant back. But this plant right here, if you all remember, the goat that we had here on the homestead, I don't know if I told you all, he came on in and tore that tree up, but look at it now, growing back stronger than ever. And so for that, guys, sometime, you know, something bad happened, but guess what? The Most High turned it into good.
And it's funny because I'll give them a little backstory too of us. So our old property in Stone Mountain, when we left that property, every fruit-bearing tree that would grow in Georgia was actually planted on that property. From apples, pears, plums, peaches, nectarines, blueberries, blackberries, pomegranate trees, persimmons, figs, everything that you could name, strawberries, grapes, everything that you could name fruit-wise that would grow in Georgia was planted on our property.
That's right.
The persimmon tree was the only thing that I would not leave.
Yep, she took it.
I did.
And the funny thing is that tree died probably about maybe 2 years ago.
Yep.
They finally decided one and gave up. But yes, the lady who got that property,
it was turnkey for her, and it looks exactly the same.
Absolutely. And she actually still have the fig tree, and she still have the pomegranate tree. The plum trees, some of them died out. You still have the peaches, still have the pear trees.
Bananas too.
Yep, still have the bananas, and also I don't know about the grape, but
the yard still looks nice.
Majority of the stuff that we left back there. But yes, you know, like I said, I do need to go ahead and come on in and clean up the orchard a little bit. But as you all can see right in here, guys. What we have is comfrey.
Comfrey.
Now, one of the things is these comfrey, yes, they are going to seed, and we do have some comfrey plant popping up over there. Now, one of the things that I'm going to have to do, I already told my wife, I said, Babs, you know those bags that you usually put the soap in? I'm going to need a couple of those bags, because if you don't come down here and catch these seed pods right on time when they open, guys, guess what? You will lose those seeds. They drop so fast. Right now the seeds are green. When they're ready, they turn black, okay? But you don't come down here and put a bag on them, you won't be able to harvest those seeds. They'll drop down in the ground, and guess what? That right there would be it for you. You're going to end up with a lot of comfrey plant in this area. So
and as you can see, that's what it's doing now.
Yes, absolutely. And we have the other big patch over there. We planted a few, and I'm telling you, it is real nice and green and lush. But you know what? I'm glad and happy that we have that comfrey here on the homestead, because that right there is nitrogen. Now what I'm going to do, a lot of these fruit trees here, I am going to go ahead for whatever sucker that comes up and put them around the fruit trees, so that way whenever the leaves die back and break down into the soil, helps to bring nitrogen into the soil.
Okay, so when you say that, you mean like chop and drop? You're not going to plant that around the base,
yeah,
are
I'm
you?
going to plant it around the base of all the fruit trees.
Okay.
Yes, of all the fruit trees. And you know, and we can also do chop and drop around the fruit trees as well. You know, and so that way, hey, that's nitrogen right there in this area. Those trees should go ahead and do really well.
Okay.
Okay, but yes, as I said, the persimmon tree, it did put blossom on this year, but guess what? They didn't hold, they didn't take, so they fell off. But I am I'm very impressed with the way how this tree is now. We probably do have to come on in and kind of prune it up just a little bit, not a whole lot, but you know, hey, to me, she looks very healthy.
Yeah, she does.
She looks very healthy, and for that, hey, I am thankful. Praise be to the Most High. So,
I am still on the search for a giant Fuyu persimmon tree
okay, baby.
to replace the one that died. So guys, help me out. If you know where I could find a giant Fuyu,
you know
let
what
me
they
know.
say. You know what they say. Happy wife, happy life.
All right now.
She love fruit trees, baby. Go ahead and get your fruit trees, okay? And that's just more planting for me to do.
Yeah,
But
I
that's
need them
not
to
a
help me out
problem.
finding one.
Okay.
Because I've been looking and I can't locate one.
Can't locate one.
No.
Well, I pray that we can find one somewhere on out there. But like I said again, if you all see, this was some volunteer corn that came up in here. The sheep, they went ahead and knocked that back. But look at here, guys. Did we show them a picture of this?
When it was small?
When it was small?
Yeah.
But if you all see now how big and huge this plant is. Now this right here is wormwood, guys. What we usually do, we'll come on in and we'll pinch a little piece, not a whole lot, and we'll take that on in and we will make some tea. What I usually like to do when I make the tea with this wormwood, I usually like to put the milk thistle tea bag in there, because with the studies it shows that if you consume too much of this, it can, and I am not a doctor, not a medical practitioner, so I just want to put that out there. That is just the study that they did on the wormwood. So I like to put a bag of milk thistle in my tea when I make it, because you know milk thistle helps to cleanse the liver, helps to flush the liver of any kind of toxic or anything of that nature. So I like to use that when I make the tea for it. But we've been harvesting, we've been cutting to get some rootings going.
Yeah.
And guess what? It's just spreading.
Nice
now,
and healthy.
one of the things that I also like to do, come on in, if you see these pieces here that come and they run on out like this, I will come on in and I will scrape that dirt back and I will sit that on in there. Of course, I'll scrape the bark just a little bit, sit it into the dirt, and then guess what happened? 2 weeks or so, 3 weeks, this piece right here put roots on. You're able to cut that on out and
start another plant.
Start another plant somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
But yes, that right there is
Wormwood.
Wormwood, and you can smell it.
Absolutely.
Okay?
I like it.
Yes, absolutely. So right on over here is our sugar cane. Now I'm going to tell you, we planted these sugar cane on out, but for some reason this year they just seems as if they're moving slow. That's just me. They feel like they're moving really slow, but we're going to be patient and wait and see what they do. Okay, baby, I don't know if you want to take the scenic route to go check your other persimmon tree or what you want to do. You want to just leave it? It's cool. It's all right, baby.
Okay.
We ain't got to go on over there, but nonetheless, that is it right there. Like I said, guys, I have to come on in. I'm a little bit a little bit guilty because I need to come on in and do some cleaning. Of course, it won't take me that long, maybe about 2-3 hours. Clean it on up, go and get some truckload of mulch and come on in and mulch this area so that way we can keep the weed down. Okay, but that is it. Well, yeah, that is it right there. Tell you a story real quick. This year I told myself that, hey, if this tree don't bear anything this year, 'cause it's been here about 5 years, and I'm thinking that when we bought it, they planted that plant, or they started it from seed. That's my only thing I can think of.
Okay.
Because if they took a cutting, if they had grafted I think that it should have started putting out blossom in the first year, second and third year. But these been here now going on what, 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 or
4 or
5.
5, somewhere around there. And I said to myself, if this plant right here don't bear anything this year, I'm going to unit down out of this garden. I'm going to take it on out. Okay? But guess what? This was the year that they went ahead and said, no, don't cut me. Don't take me out of here. Guess what they end up doing this year, guys? Guess what they did? I'm going to let you all, nah, I can't do it to y'all. But what they actually went ahead and did, they went and put blossom on for the first time this year. And that right there was the most I was like, look at here, son.
You got to tell them what kind of tree.
Huh?
You have to tell them what kind of tree.
Right. So this right here is apricot. So this is an apricot. We have 3 of them in here, and guess what? All 3 of them. This is the smallest one that we have over here, and that one also put blossoms on. And the most I, like I said, was say, hey, look, son, leave that tree alone. Okay. So it went and put blossoms out for us, and so yes, as you all can see, they're still here. Okay, but something was going to come into the spot of this tree right here, but we leave it like it is. I tell you what, we do have more fruit trees on down there, but it's up to you, camera lady. Putting you on the spot, baby. Okay, so
you got harvesting to do.
we're running out of daylight, and we do have to harvest some produce before the sun set on us. So, and we're going to take you all along with us on that as well. But guys, just wanted to kind of come on in, give you all a little update here on the orchard. Yes, it do need cleaning, but it's not as bad as you think it is. To me, it looks bad because I know there's work need to be done. But nonetheless,
hold on, I'm gonna put your son on the spot because as we're walking and talking, let me see what's in your hand. Did you really pick my apple that's not ready yet?
No, it was on the ground.
Oh, okay.
Is it sweet?
No, it doesn't look ready.
Bite into it. Hey, looks good. The sheep look like they took a bite out of it.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you what I've noticed and what came to me when I harvested out some cabbage the other day. It came to me that, hey, you know what? And I tell you what, I said I'm going to do a video on that, so I'm not going to give it away just yet.
Okay.
I want to actually go ahead, put the work in and see what it does, and then I'm going to share that with you all on how to get rid of those pesky little roly-polies. Okay. Because guess what? They are rolling.
But they're rolling up out of here.
Yeah, they need to roll up on out of here. But nonetheless, guys, I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all for just coming along with us on this little orchard tour. Okay, just to kind of give you all an update on what's actually going on down here in the orchard. Real quick, camera lady, I know I'm closing out, but come on real quick. I just want to show them right in here. If you can see this plant right here, that was the persimmon that we have. I'll tell you what, come close. I know I'm closing out. So this right here is that persimmon we had right here that went ahead and died.
This is where the giant persimmon was. Giant food. Yeah.
Oh, okay, got you. And so what happened, guys, what you see right here now is just the rootstock from that plant. I am going to actually come on in and take this rootstock on out because a tree's supposed to be right here. So now this is an open area. So we're going to take this on out, and Babs, you can find whatever tree that you want to plant.
I just told you.
Oh, you want to put back a giant fruit?
Absolutely.
Right okay, well, the spot has already been claimed, guys. So I'm going to dig that out. I'm going to amend that hole, get some fresh compost and everything in there, so that once the giant fuyu is found, we can put it in the ground.
That's right.
Okay, but that is it. I just wanted to show that to you all.
Healthy rootstock.
The rootstock, yes, it's a healthy rootstock. Don't know what happened, and that squirrel, guys. Squirrel, I gotta go. That's like my first time seeing him in a long time because all the foliage in the tree, but he gotta go because guess what? He's been picking my fruits prematurely. I don't need no help with the fruits.
Right.
Not right now. But nonetheless, that is it right there. Just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. You remember, keep a smile on your face. You'll be happy, you'll be cheerful, and you'll be blessed. Now remember, get on outside and get in the dirt. A little dirt don't hurt. Until next time, catch you all in another video. Have a blessed day.